All right, we got the Q poll out today, and it really sort of looks like every other poll we've seen in the last 10 days, Alexi. This one has in the primary Biden up double digits over Sanders, sitting at 35, Sanders 16. What's interesting in the Q poll, Warren in double digits for the first time in a while since she got in. She has creeped back up. It's a reminder that slow and steady isn't a bad place to be.
Right.
And she's just sort of cranking it out slowly but surely.
Yes, I think that solidifies Warren sort of coming into this third place position. She's been releasing all these policies. She came out with this 4-part reproductive rights plan in light of what was happening in Alabama. I think that's really resonating with people. People are now wearing these T-shirts that say, I have a plan for that, as a sort of ode to her campaign. The other thing, two more things about that poll, it's like, wow, Beto and Mayor Pete are sort of tumbling down a little bit. And then your colleague...
Beto really tumbles.
Yeah.
I mean, Beto's not even making our top 6.
No. Yeah. And your colleague, Carrie Dan, tweeted something from that poll, which was 11% of voters in this poll haven't heard enough about Joe Biden to make an informed decision about him. And I think that was just fascinating.
Maria, it's interesting with the Biden thing. I had somebody, and there was such a smart point, and I apologize to the person that made it to me because I can't remember who said it to me, but they said, here's the one piece of good news if you're a Democrat not named Biden and you're running for president, that Biden's strength means beating him means something.
Right.
3 months ago, beating him wouldn't have meant anything.
Right. Well, but I think that when Biden announced, there was a lot of folks within our groups basically saying that was going to be the highest of his presidential. And I think that's actually what's happening, is that everything is coming out. And the fact that Warren is all of a sudden coming and resurrecting again actually speaks volumes to the people that she's actually creating an increased interest in. And what I mean by that is that Alexandria Ocasio just came out with a video about 6 or 7 minutes ago with Warren. She's tapping into her in a way that nobody else has been able to. And it's not an endorsement, but it's like, hey, look at this one. She actually talking about the policies that we need.
This is a big problem for Bernie.
Absolutely.
Now, before it's a problem for Biden.
Right. Well, Ocasio was supposed to be his person. He's the one that basically brought her up.
And Bernie's Mr. Crankorama. I mean, like, you look at, we were talking about this. His interview with the New York Times over the weekend was just angry and feisty. Had another candidate acted that way, I think it would have been a bigger story.
Well, and there's no way there's more than one ticket for a New England progressive candidate coming out of New Hampshire.
Yeah, there's only
either Warren or Bernie,
both
but not both, is coming down to South Carolina.
And Warren is beating Bernie in that poll among folks who identify as very liberal. So I think she needs to watch out for that.
And she's peppy. She has a plan that actually isn't grumpy, right? That she actually inspires and
it's more future oriented rather than Bernie saying, I'm the reason everyone else is talking about these things because I was talking about it 4 years ago.
Still relitigating 2016 over and over again.
Exactly right.
She's talking about